About that time, the focus on human rights, civil rights, was a black and white issue. And I felt that we had to broaden the scope to include other minorities rather than just black and whites. And so I remember starting a grassroots organization and talking to people like Mineo Katagiri on the curbside of a demonstration that was going on, and recruited him to become one of the charter members of a group that we then called the Asian Coalition for Equality, or ACE for short. And I was able to get 4 Japanese, 4 Chinese, and 4 Filipinos to organize into this group and to meet and coalesce. And we organized and able to convince, among other persons, the governor, Dan Evans at that time, to form a statewide advisory council for Asians, which he did with the executive order, formed the Washington Asian American Advisory Council under the governor's office. And remember, a couple of years later, meeting with Mike Laurie, who was the assistant to Governor Evans, he thought that the advisory council should become statutory, become a commission. And we didn't like that idea at first because Governor Evans was very cooperative with us, and we didn't know what would happen if we became a commission under the state. But Mike convinced us that was the way to go, so we finally did become a statutory commission under the Commission on Asian American Affairs. And the governor appointed, I think, 12 persons to that commission and asked if I would chair it to at least start it off, which I did. And we were able to organize into different committees to get the word out on what needed to be done. And one of the things that we were able to do was get an executive order, a governor's executive order on affirmative action that required then all state departments to have an affirmative action program.